Welcome back to Grumpy Vet Garage. Today we're not in my garage, but we're at Fueltech in Ball Ground, Georgia with Two Brothers Performance, getting Nathan's 91 CRX dyno tuned in preparation to dial in the setup for the car. It's a 1.8 liter B18 GSR built by Brandon at Two Brothers Performance. He utilized web cams, inline pro rods, and Wiseco pistons. The head was ported by Nick Britton, and it has a custom valve train with 6mm exhaust valves. The turbo is a Borg-Warner S472, and the fuel system is running M1 methanol fuel. Granted, we're also tuning on E85, but it runs a mechanical fuel pump, two sets of injectors, with one set being 240-pound injectors and the other ones being 2,000cc injectors. The driveline starts with an SFR billet bell housing. It's a PPG dog box, so straight tooth gears, upgraded axles, and has a comp clutch triple disc. The engine is controlled by a Fueltech 550 and has a custom wiring harness made by Brandon at Two Brothers Performance.
It'll probably wherever it runs out of injector on methanol. It's got the 240-pound primaries and 2,000cc secondaries. So we were probably guessing around 2,000 or 1,200 is where it's going to run out at. Okay. Ethanol is sort of a low no prep tune, so 600-ish would probably be more than enough for a no prep race.
Could be like 800 on ethanol.
Okay. Yeah, he's the owner of the car, so he'd be the questionnaire of what he wants to do with it.
Driving back in the trailer is the biggest.
Back in Brazil, we do a lot of front-wheel drive races, right? And one of the things that it took us some time to everyone to understand, right? The front-wheel drive it's a major struggle with high horsepower because they were never intended to do that, right? And they have way more parts involved to the geometry of the car compared to a solid axle, right? So it's really normal for a front-wheel drive car as you apply load to change the geometry, right? Nature of the beast, right? It can do everything, right? The front wheel can do everything.
Yeah, your ride height changes, your toe, and all
and then what people learn through these years, because like that's the vast majority of racing versus front wheel drive, right? They stiffen up everything they can, right? And that shows a lot of ET, mostly 60 foot, right? So 60 foot, because it's when you hit the tire, and transition like a gear change, right? So, and you can see behind the car, a car is too soft front end, tries to walk on the shifting, or tries to walk when the power comes in or something like that. And they went to the point, I don't know if you guys follow at all, front wheel drive in Brazil, but like, they've been pretty fast lately. You know, like they hold most of the front wheel drive records and stuff. It's not the same rule package, it's kind of hard to tell, right? But if you see they making laps, straight and narrow, right? The fast cars, straight and narrow. And you go and look at the car, like they reinforce a lot of stuff, and it's not like more power, it's like allows you to keep
chassis work.
it just like it stays on it, right? So the bottom, right, so it doesn't go in, right? The way that the steering system works, so it doesn't toe in, toe out, right? The top, so it doesn't change, caster or anything on the car, and then it starts to walk one way or the other way.
Right.
And then with that, it's easier for the driver, right?
Yep.
And obviously it's other stuff like torque steer because one shaft's larger than another, that kind of stuff. But like if you see slow-mo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Looks like a freaking butterfly.
Yeah.
The front wheels, like they leave like that. It's terrible.
Yeah, he's got access to an alignment rack for this work, so every time we go out racing, we'll try different alignment just a little bit and see, okay, now 60-foot drop to 10, that's not the way, and then next time we'll change it a different way.
Yeah, that's good because sometimes static is wrong.
Yep.
Right? Man, they know way that's right, but as soon as you apply load, it goes to right. Right? So like
They have the ability to like lift the car, put the sensors on it, so
and then
I
you
can
see
kind
how
of see like what it will
what
do.
he's doing. Yeah, what he's doing. Like it's just like a rear wheel drive car, like that's what's called like the rear steer, right? That thing sometimes does a burnout sideways because there's no load. As soon as you apply load, straight and narrow. Who drives it? You drive it?
Yeah, I own the car and I drive the car.
I bet
He
it's
does
fun.
most of the work.
Yeah, but I bet it's fun.
Oh yeah,
I bet it's fun.
It's a rush.
Yeah. Front wheel drive like it's fun as hell, but like it's just like you have to work on it, right?
Yeah. Gotta hang on.
So,
You guys ever had like back pressure too high?
5?
We actually never monitored it.
Oh, okay. So there's no sensor.
We had the sensor on it, but we never really knew what we were looking at. And our previous tuner, he was not really looking either. He goes, I don't know what the answer is. And we're like, okay, well, it's still making power. It keeps going.
Man, it's really, that's a really useful sensor on the turbo car. You know, like it indicates the drive, right? It's almost like I wouldn't say that, but like to some extent it is. It's almost like your gear ratio on your supercharger, right? How much you're actually trying to push the thing, right? And then the turbo RPM becomes like just a result, right? With how much pressure thing applying, that thing is gonna go up or down. If it's too much, you know, it doesn't work, and it can even break just like a supercharger, you know. So it's really useful. That's what I was asking. If you guys had some idea. He already kind of tells you once you move to M1 if you're going to pick up, right? Because if you're not on that, you know, dangerous threshold about too much back pressure, M1 will have wind.
Oh, okay.
And then it will drive the turbo harder.
Okay.
So if you're out of turbo on the compressor side and you change to M1, you gain boost and you gain power. Okay. Straight up, right? Even if it makes less power per pound, like race gas, right? In the end, the same turbo will make more boost. Will make more power.
Okay.
Right. So that's one of the good things.
Yeah.
Upload.
It's a 150. Okay.
Okay.
That was 25 degrees of timing on like 9 pounds at the very top. I'm more after getting it flat and on the target that I'm asking for than anything else right now. I don't really care if it's maximum power, air fuel ratio, or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, anyways.
Yep.
Once I establish a kind of a shape, then that basically can scale with manifold pressure.
Our revs.
It seemed way happier on methanol.
Big injectors. How much boost did it make while you were holding it on
22.
like, huh? 22. No, it's okay. We'll just park it at 5,200 RPM at 22 pounds.
So the chassis dyno would start spinning at 44 pounds, so we just stopped there. Okay. There really wasn't a reason why we stopped.
Have you ever ran more than 44?
52 is what we were logging in fourth gear.
Say again.
69 pounds of back pressure to 53 pounds of boost.
guys at Two Brothers Performance continued to dial in the CRX at the drag strip after I left. They worked to further refine the setup for the slipper clutch, two-step, and launch control to improve the launch of the car. The 980 horsepower tune from Fueltech is actually a relatively conservative tune. There's plenty more room to growth and make more power. I wouldn't be surprised if the car is not going to be making 1150 or 1200 horsepower sometime in the near future. So with that being said, Nathan's CRX had previously had a best of an 870 in the quarter mile, and I think soon he'll be beating that record. So if you're in and around Sumter, South Carolina and need some work done on your existing race car, or maybe start building a new race car, or just need some work done on your street car or street truck, reach out to Two Brothers Performance. They're a full-service performance shop working on import and domestic vehicles, naturally aspirated and forced induction. They do routine maintenance but have extensive experience in building performance engines and manual transmissions. Best way to get a hold of them is through their Facebook page, which is linked in the video description. And if you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comments. I'm interested in whether or not this type of content is something you'd be interested on Grumpy Vet Garage. Additionally, subscribe to Grumpy Vet Garage, like this video, share this video. To support the channel, we have a Grumpy Vet Garage merch store. Link to that store is in the video description. If you want to get a hold of me, you can do that through the comments on YouTube or message me on Facebook or Instagram. Links are in the video description. Thanks for coming and seeing me in my garage, and until next time, have a good one.